And once again, with no notice to you,
right,
we've decided to talk about what happens if you get injured while drinking or being drunk on the job.
I was going to say, if I had been drunk, you wouldn't have come in here and made me do this, right?
So I thought it'd be appropriate if I quaffed a fine beverage from our local
And you didn't bring
Wellworks.
one for me.
I didn't bring one, but I can. Here we can here. Look.
No, I'm not sharing that with you. That's cooties.
You could.
Nope.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
positive.
All right, so we've been talking about how things can affect injured workers' benefits if they've been injured on the job. And last week we talked about safety rule violations. And when we get to it, we'll put the links on the prior videos below. And today we're going to talk about what happens if you get injured.
When you're drunk. Or on drugs. Or.
Well, let's do drugs tomorrow. Or next week.
Oh, okay, so we're
I'm
just
going to get Margaret high.
Okay.
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 Or I'm going to take her to a dispensary and
Okay.
just get her bombed out of her gourd.
All right.
Okay, so shoot, Rhonda, while I shoot this now.
Oh, okay. So, it can affect your non-medical benefits if a claim is made by the employer and the insurance carrier that there was intoxication involved with the accident.
And they can just take it automatically. They can just claim it without going to court and having to prove it.
That's
right?
correct, and it's a 50% reduction.
Right.
In those non-medical benefits. So you still get all your medical care, but it will affect your lost wages and your permanent impairment. So.
And how bad does my alcohol level have to be before?
Let's see. I have to read it because I don't have it memorized.
How about 0.1%?
That's what it is. 0.1%.
It's amazing. I knew that off the top of my head.
You are amazing.
Probably a good thing too.
So that's how intoxicated you have to be.
How intoxicated is that?
I was just gonna say, I don't know.
I don't know. We should have purchased like some cheap little breathalyzer and see how quickly it was before I blew that. You know, it's like if I trip on the way back to my office after this video, then I'm in trouble, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that's the big thing. So if you've been injured on the job, it is not uncommon for the employer to say, okay, we need to send you to medical, and they're going to do a drug test, a blood test, urine test. In other words, they want a pair of your shorts, and just to see. And if you test positive, or if you blow into the breathalyzer and you test positive for alcohol, intoxication, blood level, then they're going to take that 50% reduction, and they can just take it without going to court or anything. So
Correct.
What should you do as an injured worker other than, of course, don't show to work intoxicated?
Right. Well.
Right. That's the first thing. Don't come to work drunk.
Right. And you need our help because there are rules that they have to follow in order to go ahead and exercise their right to automatically take that reduction. And one of the things they have to do is they have to retain a sample. Retain a second.
But they being who?
Well, the request has to be made to the testing facility, clinic, whoever did it, to retain that extra sample.
And
if that wasn't made and it gets destroyed, then they're going to have trouble proving up the intoxication.
They being the insurance
and
company.
Insurance company and the employer.
Right.
That's right.
And that's the number one big thing that we often find is that they being the insurance company takes this 50% discount, saying it's a safety rule, not a safety rule, intoxication penalty for 50%. But then when attorneys get involved, we do what we need to do to say, okay, give us the second sample. We want to test it. We want to test what it is. And I have yet to come across a case where they kept a sample. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. And
so there are some employers that are savvy about it. Particularly, I find if it's an employer that is involved in big time construction.
Oil field.
Or yes, and for some reason, warehouse employers have a tendency to be really good about it.
Well, they'll hire
for
anyone.
Forklift. Yeah,
right.
But
they know who they're getting.
So an employer that routinely
just watch the hate come in on Twitter. Right? Just wait.
So, but employers who like routinely, first of all, routinely drug test, period, they're very used to that process. But secondly, who have a policy where the drug test is going to be done immediately after an accident,
Right.
they're smart enough to know they need to retain
Often.
that extra.
Yeah, often. And so there are certain things that we as attorneys for injured workers can do to try to make sure that if an intoxication reduction is taken on our clients' cases, we have various things that we can do to fight against that. And it's not just a clear and shut thing where it's like, well, the numbers are what they are, because oftentimes they're not. It can get expensive, particularly if we're going to pay for another test to test that amount, because with alcohol, it's a very specific blood level amount.
And it is the worker's expense, unfortunately.
Yes, right.
So,
that is one of the expenses. But if they don't keep the sample, then it can be pulled out. And so, if you or anyone you know has been injured on the job, and in Colorado, we would love to talk with them, and we offer free consultations, and we help people on what's called a contingent fee basis, which means that we only charge a percentage of what we get our clients and injured workers. So please give us a call at 970-356-9898. And Rhonda, thank you for...
You're welcome.
And I'll let you here. I'll let you have the rest of it.
No,
Okay.
I don't want that now.